My name is Colleen Depadua. I work for Black & Decker as the manager of group insurance, and I manage employee benefits for about 7,000 employees. I'm here at the conference to speak about voluntary benefits and how employers use voluntary benefits to help employees, especially during the economic times right now where employers are cutting back on employer-paid benefits and on health care benefits in particular, where costs are increasing and benefits are decreasing. And adding voluntary benefits can help on some of those fronts to offset costs. Probably one of the more critical voluntary benefits in this time is disability, long-term and short-term disability. As a company, we pay for short-term disability and basic long-term disability, but many employees don't buy up in long-term disability, and it's critical, I think, as an employee to have the most disability coverage that you can purchase, because if you are unable to work for any reason, you need to be able to cover whatever expenses that your income. It's income replacement, and basically to be able to replace your income to whatever extent you can, you'll be in a better position to offset expenses. And so that's really, in my mind, the most critical, along with life insurance to assist your loved ones when you're gone in replacing costs or your income when you leave. Well, I think there could be big changes in the voluntary benefit industry in the future, depending on how the healthcare reform goes. Whichever way this shakes out in the future, it could be big changes for voluntary benefits. Voluntary benefits could look very different. It could expand greatly if we see changes in reform, mini-med, limited benefits. Plans could grow and be a big part of what reform could be. Private, where there's a public option and private option, you could see more intense focus, or you could see a lot less. So it's very hard to know at this point. We don't know what's going to happen with healthcare reform, so it's very hard to say. But I think change is on the way regardless. I think when you look at the plans that are out there right now, I think what's happening right now, you see more and more employers offering HSA plans, these high deductible plans. And employees are so fearful of the high deductible plan itself because of that first dollar. That first year in is so hard, and I talk to employees every day about this. I think they're wonderful plans. I think they're great plans. I think they make employees think about how those dollars are being spent because it's their money. But it's very difficult to get them beyond that initial phase to build that cash fund. So those plans that help people get through that initial building of the fund are probably the most critical. Anything that can help, those plans that can be marketed to assist people to really market to the HSA plan, I think would be the best thing that we could do, because there's so many employers out there that are full replacement, going in and saying, this is all you've got. And employees are scared stiff. And as an employer, we don't give the money that we contribute to the fund, we don't give it all up front. We only give it per pay. So come January 1st, you only have a little bit in that account. It's very scary. So I think that's the tough situation that many employees face. And as an employer, it's hard. It's very difficult to tell people it's a great plan, and here's, an option that we're offering, but it's a difficult situation when first dollar is a hard thing for many people living paycheck to paycheck these days. The disability is the best. People need to have disability and need to have life insurance. Those two things you shouldn't go without. Obviously, medical plan you have to have. I mean, I hate to see people say they're going to opt out of medical. you need something. You can't go bare. You have to have something. The what if, and that's what insurance is about. And people go, oh, I'm paying for insurance, but, I never use it. Well, that's insurance. That's what it's about. And, for the people that say we're never sick, we'll take the plan with the lowest premium that offers preventive care. Great. Do that at the minimum. But at least it offers some catastrophic care should the worst thing happen. It offers you some out-of-pocket maximum. But the life insurance, you've got to have something. The company offers, our company offers a basic life insurance, but you have to look at your own situation and know what you have to cover. Do you have a mortgage? Do you have, so there's things that people really need to look at on an individual basis. And it's surprising to me that people actually don't do this in their own lives. I mean, this is like a maybe an hour to sit down and really look at what you've got and what your liabilities are, to just add them all up and say, okay, should I die, I need X dollars for my spouse and kids to be able to survive for so many years without me and to get them through a certain age. And I don't think it's that tough of a thing to do, but people just don't do those things. And then for disability, to be able to replace your income. And that's really the decisions that need to be thought of. And nobody likes to think of these things. I mean, obviously, it's not fun, but these are the things you have to think of.